Technological revolution. A period in which one or more technologies is replaced by another new technology in a short amount of time. It could change our patterns, lifestyles, the way we socially interact with one another, and especially the way brands engage with their user base or clientele. The culprit here is none other than blockchain technology and one of its sub-ecosystems known as NFTs. This infamous initialism recently heard all around the world stands for non-fungible tokens, or, as known in most cases, a crypto collectible. Before we dive deeper, we must first understand what is the true difference between fungible and non-fungible assets. Fungibility is a good or asset's interchangeability with other goods or assets of the same type. A common example of this is two $1 bills, as there's equal value between the two, making them equally interchangeable. On the other hand, a non-fungible token is a unit of data stored on a digital ledger, such as a blockchain, that has unique identification codes and metadata. Therefore, these are not interchangeable and can be used to represent photos, videos, audio, or other types of digital files. You can even check the authenticity of an NFT by verifying this information on a block explorer such as Etherscan for Ethereum-based NFTs. This opens up a whole new ecosystem for digital collectibles. So now that we know exactly what NFTs are, how will they disrupt the way we engage with brands? Let's chat about a few ways this can happen. I'm going to start with marketing. A high percentage of brand managers may consider building an audience as a more important factor than converting sales. A good marketing strategy that revolves around brand storytelling, showcasing brand personality, as well as brand experiences can create value-driven loyalty and awareness from the consumer. Clever marketing strategies take advantage of blossoming technologies as well as growing trends, such as NFTs. Whether it's a sale promotion, contest, or even an exclusive collectible representing the brand logo itself, the opportunities to create in a digital capacity are endless. Two brands that recently experimented with NFTs were Taco Bell and Charmin toilet paper. If you cracked a smile at the latter, then their marketing plans were a success. With all the chatter amongst media outlets, as well as creating a word-of-mouth buzz on social media, both companies found success in driving additional brand awareness. Not to mention, having an opportunity to own an exclusive, authentic, and limited digital collectible from brands we use is a pretty awesome thing and a wonderful conversational piece. Speaking of awesome, many of us have seen the futuristic fashion and character concepts in the movie Ready Player One, a film that takes place in the metaverse, which is a collective virtual shared space. But what if this were actually reality today? From character creation to gaming cosmetics such as skins, digital identity has been a major driver of microtransaction revenues. However, due to the confines of being held on a server, the consumer never really takes full ownership over their preferred identity. With NFTs, brands can enter the digital space with fully licensed clothing and cosmetics, known as digital wearables, giving consumers the option to fully own their look and a visual representation of how they portray themselves in the metaverse. Let's take a look at some examples. The first fully decentralized world, known as Decentraland, has a multitude of wearables to choose from to complement your digital identity. From Atari t-shirts, artifact shoes, and even large cryptocurrency exchanges like Binance, Decentraland users have a plethora of options to deck themselves out. Some digital fashion houses, such as the Fabricant and Digital Axe, have already started to make their move towards the high-end fashion and design market. In addition, they have already explored using NFTs and virtual clothing from the digital to what seems like the physical. Imagine owning an NFT of a digital outfit and be able to take pictures in it to post on Instagram or Facebook. Or imagine needing a nice dress for a photo shoot in New York and having a friend in South Africa let you borrow an outfit all within seconds of transferring the NFT. As the metaverse grows at an exponential rate, brands could take advantage of additional revenue stream by offering their own line of branded and licensed wearables and collectibles. While creating NFTs could be an additional revenue stream, brands could even build upon this by making a bridge back to the physical world. For instance, taking ownership of an NFT could potentially represent a physical item, or perhaps offer access to claim a physical item of like kind. This process is known as digital twinning. Let's first take a look at claiming a physical item. Mike Winkleman, who goes by the artist name of Beeple, brought a flurry of exposure to the digital art space with his $69.3 million sale of the first 5,000 Days digital art piece. Previously, he experimented with the idea of digital twinning with select pieces from his Beeple Everydays 2020 collection by offering users an opportunity to claim a physically encased representation of the digital work. This ensures that collectors of his brand have something to enjoy regardless of what world they're in. Digital twinning doesn't necessarily stop at digital art. NFTs from music artists, clothing brands, or perhaps even fine wine could represent something in the physical world. An example? With technology enables fine wine to be traded securely without friction at a significantly reduced total transaction cost. Their technology allows users to securely collect and store information about each unique asset's provenance and transaction history while holding and ensuring the unique asset in a professionally managed storage facility, thus paving the way for a whole new path in how collectors can engage and invest in high-end wine brands without the complications that come with it. In general, as more brands look to explore NFTs, digital twinning could be a wonderful gateway to get the attention of both experienced blockchain users and traditional customers looking to experiment and learn about entry into the space. For me personally, I first started learning about blockchain and cryptocurrency around 2017. At the time, it felt early, only to realize 4 years later that I was actually late and quite a noob back then. Despite coming from a more traditional stock and options trading background, I was intrigued with the startup nature of several companies coming to light. It was in 2018 that I stumbled upon what NFTs were and the intuitive nature that they brought to collectors. Yes, at the time, it was very hard justifying the friends that I was extremely interested in learning more about digital cats, or CryptoKitties to be more precise. However, chatting about pixel art images such as CryptoPunks at the dinner table always got the best reactions. As I look back on those years, I always think to myself, I wish I could have saved those moments and funny conversations and just stored them away to look at over and over again as time went on. In other words, experiences, moments, memorabilia. Well, what if NFTs by certain brands could do this for us? From sports to movies to even music and concerts, everyone has at least one special memory attached to an outside source. How cool would it be if we had a digital ticket from the 1969 Woodstock Festival when Jimi Hendrix played? Or in general, what if with each concert ticket we bought, we received an NFT of the flyer for the show? A special and unique item only for the fans that day? Hold-to-earn mechanics where holders of NFTs receive discounts? Perhaps even this NFT could represent a 10-minute meet and greet with the band. Justin Blau, an EDM producer originally from New York, is a good example how music artists can offer these experiences. He recently sold a collection of 33 album NFTs for over $11 million, with the top bidder receiving an opportunity to create a custom song with him. The top bid for this direct access? $3.6 million. It's good to note that all 33 buyers received a special edition physical vinyl of the album as well, touching upon our previous topic of digital twinning. You see, NFTs don't age, collect dust, or deteriorate over time. In sports, we've already seen a flourishing partnership between the NBA and Dapper Labs with NBA Top Shot. Top Shot allows collectors to collect video highlights from some of their favorite NBA players in the form of a short-length video. These moments from NBA history have caused a memorabilia rush of millions of dollars in sales from 7.6 million moments and counting. The value here is providing fans of sports brands an opportunity to truly own a piece of history in a dynamic way. As the potential rises for more sports brands to enter the space, say goodbye to card grading and casing thanks to verifiable metadata rarities. Here's Johnny. There's no crying in baseball. Hasta la vista, baby. Leave the gun. Take the cannoli. Do any of these historic quotes ring any bells? My poor renditions of some of the most memorable movie lines in history have resonated with us for decades. Some of us might own older VHS tapes or DVDs of these movies, but do we really get a chance to own one of these memorable moments or iconic characters that have an extreme entertainment value to us? Well, thanks to blockchain, NFTs have finally made us that offer we can't refuse. Hollywood is here to stay, as companies like Terra Virtua, who focuses on 3D, VR, and AR collectibles, have teamed up with large movie studios such as Legendary and Paramount Pictures, offering fully licensed NFTs from some of your favorite films and TV shows. With thousands of movies and TV shows out there, studios and networks have an arsenal of content they could use to make digital collectibles, expanding revenue potential from just one source. There are even additional benefits for brands licensing their IP into NFTs. As a matter of fact, one of the biggest game changers for brands can be secondary sales royalties. Written into the underlying smart contract, a secondary sales royalty is a fee percentage that is paid back to the intellectual property owner on all post-primary sales of an NFT. Popular in the digital art market, this fee can be assigned by the creator or even an agreed-upon split with the IP owner and licensee. Fully automatic payments without a middleman, what's better than that? In comparison, once an item or product is sold and then auctioned on marketplaces such as eBay or Amazon, the original creator or IP owner receives 0%. This alone could create a paradigm shift in how brands strategize their next move and what has become a shift in focus to the digital realm. At the end of the day, everyone is a fan of something. From snail mail to smartphones, technology growth is not linear, but exponential. With millions of brands out there looking for new ways to engage with a global audience on the back of disruptive technologies such as NFTs, I leave here with one question. Will I see you in the metaverse?